there has been a huge backlash against DEI and against much of the progress we've done in the public narratives around the importance of inclusion and diversity and all of that. So my question for you is, how do you navigate it? How do you communicate about it? How do you navigate these challenges? So first, in that sense of, are you able to create this personal separation when you see this backlash to not get personally affected, if it's possible? And then secondly, what strategies have you used?
In general, I wonder, whenever people have an emotional response to something, you have to consider, what are they emotionally responding to, right? And it's very seldom the thing that is spoken or the thing that's said. So if somebody is vehemently against something or opposed to it, and you're like, hey, I just said a word, and and they might be feeling triggered about something. Well, an important thing to consider is, what are they really reacting to? That's the first thing. Almost certainly it may not be, me personally, it may not be DEI as such. It's what they think it represents. So the question is, what do they think it represents? I remember I took this one job once, and I had the senior executive say to me there, I'm really surprised that we hired for a DEI role. Actually, I was kind of fighting against it. I think DEI is a bunch of BS, right? And that was my welcome to the company. But I, you know what, though? What I realized, through the conversation was, what does he mean by that? What do you mean by DI firstly, and they're like, oh, it's a bunch of corporate BS and such, it's just this thing that you have to do because da. And then I realized, okay, so we're talking about different things. I'm talking about making certain that we're doing right by people. I want to make certain that we are being fair. I want to make certain that everybody has a good shot to succeed in this company and to be able to grow here. I'm talking about making certain that we have the different kinds of people that we need to make certain that this can actually work. This whole big vision that we have can actually fly. And nothing in that is something that anybody that's opposed to DEI usually, is opposed to. No one's like, oh, actually, I was hoping we'd be an unfair company. No one's really actually like that, right? But you kind of have to understand, what is it that they're fighting against. And for him, it's fighting against this feeling of being bogged down in unnecessary bureaucracy, being bogged down in like stuff that doesn't matter to their job and such, which means he didn't think that it was something relevant to their job. So having to understand that actually this is something that you have to think about. If you're a team lead, do you have the right people in your team to be able to accomplish the tasks and the goals that you're trying to accomplish? Are you giving these people what they need to succeed? Are you making certain that we have a good system and structures and processes and practices to make certain that we can all do the thing that we're here to do? And when you put it in those terms, it makes it so much easier for people to be able to understand how it relates to them. It's not something that's, that they're so opposed to. But then you also have to think about, what are the other feelings involved? There are other folks who feel that they're attacked by these things, right? They feel like, this is a thing that's focusing on those folks, and I'm not one of those people and such. Well, that means that we've done a really bad job of, making certain that it's clear we're trying to make sure that everybody can thrive. And so I'm sorry that you didn't feel that you were involved in this, or that you had a role in this, or that we're all trying to, no one's trying to take something away from you. We're just trying to make certain that everybody else can do well too, I think that can be a learning for us too, to understand, so what can we do to make certain that we've actually effectively communicated what we're trying to do, and that we've actually effectively, reached people where they are. So we can get so caught up in our words, and we love our words, and we love our acronyms and our letters and things like this. But if we miss the message in all our little alphabet soups of acronyms and things like this, then we've missed the people. And we're here to serve the people. So I think we've kind of missed the mark in that case. So I want to say, like, anytime you have an emotion's a good time to learn, and to question and to figure out what it is that we're actually here for. What exactly are we doing? What are people receiving things as? What's that miscommunication? What's that misunderstanding? And, if we're not doing something right, then we can get it, make it better. But it's a good chance to learn. It's a good chance to grow. And it's a good chance to make certain that we're actually reaching the people that we're trying to reach.